Hi, everybody. Welcome to our interview with the beautiful Lydia Hunt. I am so excited to interview her tonight. My name's Gina Redzanik, and I am just pumped up to hear from Lydia about how she transformed. If you look at these pictures, this is such an incredible transformation, and how she used isogenics into her lifestyle that she was already living, and how she went from not only the weight loss, but then look at this lean muscle that she has on her. It's so incredible. So first of all, welcome, Lydia. Thank you again for doing this call for us. We really appreciate it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and ask you some questions. Our first question, honestly, it's just gonna take you a little bit back, but looking at that before picture, because it doesn't look anything like you right now. But if you look back at that before picture, like tell us what was going on, like what was happening, what were you feeling, what were you thinking, what was happening in your life? Just going back to that 2017 picture.
Hey, Gina, thanks so much. I'm excited to be here and share with everybody what's possible, because that person in 2017 never in her wildest dreams thought that this was possible. Like, I wanted to look and feel like this, but I literally had no idea how to do it or what to do, because I tried all those fad diets, cutting stuff out, eating this and that, and thinking that I was doing my body good, but I just was literally going down a rabbit hole that I kind of had gotten to a place where I borderline gave up. Like, I remember giving away my pre-pregnancy clothes because I was a year postpartum. I was like, you know what? This is the body I'm going to be in. I'm a mom. I've got to accept this. But to be perfectly honest, I was miserable in my skin, like miserable. And I wanted out so bad, but I literally had no idea how I was going to do that. I was working out regularly, 3 days a week in CrossFit. I had been a CrossFitter for 3 years, back 2.5 years ago. So I felt like I was doing the best I could, but nothing was changing. So it kind of like overwhelms me to look at the pictures of me then, because I don't even know that person anymore. And but I am like so proud of her. Like, she had so much strength that she didn't know she had, that got me to where I am today. So.
And Lydia, so that before picture, that's 3 years of doing CrossFit.
Yeah.
You were doing CrossFit for 3 years. So CrossFit's not an easy workout.
No, not at all.
You were working hard.
I was.
So now, when you first started Isogenics, you were actually nursing. So you couldn't even use the system the way that a lot of us know about, which is using ionics, cleansing. You couldn't use certain products because you were nursing, but yet in 3 months, you still dropped 30 pounds. Can you just share what you did?
I actually dropped 45 pounds.
In the 3 months?
Give credit where.
Wow.
Yeah. I was literally mind blown, because I could not wait to do the cleansing and use the ionics. And it was the night before I was starting, my coach was like, he's a guy, so he doesn't really understand the breastfeeding stuff. So I mentioned, like, after I ordered it, that I was breastfeeding. He goes, oh no. He's like, Lydia, you can't use this, 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 and this. And I'm like, but I want to do all of this. What are you talking about? And so but he's like, the products you can use are still going to yield results. So I was like, you know what? Fine. I'm going to do this. So come hell or high water, I was going to make it work. So how I utilized it was literally as it was written, just minus a few products that have not been tested, because you can't test products and see if it affects a newborn. I mean, there's a lot of other things that have to go on. I personally now today would probably bring it into my doctor and be like, hey, listen, I'm using this unless you tell me this is going to hurt my child. But at the time, I wanted to do what was best for my daughter. So I did the 2 shake meals a day. I did 2 healthy snacks. I totally changed my mindset around food. I stopped eating out. I just focused on making good, healthy choices every single day and incorporating a well-balanced meal every day, either for lunch or for dinner. I started drinking water, which I wasn't doing well. I tried, but because I was eating better, it was a little bit more beneficial for me when I was drinking the water. and it allowed me to cut back. I didn't drink any alcohol during those 3 months. Because as a mom, you know, you kind of lean towards drinking some nights, most nights. But I was able to stop that for 3 months, which made a huge difference because of the energy I had from fueling my body right throughout the day. Yeah, and I just one by one chipped away and started breaking down all these bad habits that I'd created just really throughout my whole life. And yeah, it was not easy because I wasn't able to use all the tools, but it is possible. So
you were using 2 shakes a day really consistently.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's a huge part that sometimes people want to just do 1 shake. And would you say that the 2 shakes is probably a huge factor?
Oh, massive factor, because you know, I started my day off like getting all the nutrients I needed in a meal. And so by the time I got to that second one, my body was like, yes. And it simplified my life. I was a full-time working mom. So in order to not eat out and break that habit, I had to have that second shake. and then I had to stress myself out, you know, making 2 meals and 2 snacks. Like I had everything, like all I did was 1 healthy meal a day, and that's doable.
That's awesome. And obviously you were so committed. You know, I think that hearing you talk and go back and reflect to that time, and I know we work with so many different customers and clients, and I think that if they're just so determined, they're going to do it. You know, they'll, like you said, make it work. 2 shakes a day. They'll have their 1 healthy meal. Did you also, I know you said you took time, just like kind of fixing those habits. Did you have like a treat meal every so often still, or were you like super strict?
Nope. I mean, I stuck to approved foods. Not all teams have it, but we had like a nutritionist that put together like foods that process the best in your body to help you burn the fuel, which whole foods, no fried foods and all like the processed stuff. But you know, I stuck to that.
So you didn't have like your treats those first 3 months. Well, you were nursing and everything too.
I still don't. I still don't to this day. I will have treat like a small things like some cheese here and there, but I don't. I mean, I feel better. I eat because I need it, not because I want it.
Yeah, you just had like a whole total change in your mindset. After those initial 3 months, once you were able to use the whole system, what did you do differently? Like, how did you use the cleansing and how did you start implementing that?
2-day deep cleanse twice a month through the rest of the year. I was so excited when I got to add that cleanse in. I was nervous as heck. Let's be honest, because 2 days of not having your food, and I felt like I was making these good habits and I was worried. But after that first 2-day deep cleanse, man, I was like, this is my jam. Like I felt so good. And all of a sudden I had a lot of energy, but all of a sudden I was like exploding with energy. And I was like, this is amazing. So yeah. So I would say probably for 6 to 8 months, I did 2-day deep cleanses a month.
So for 6 to 8 months, you did that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like you were getting, I just had an interview with Peter Greenlaw last week, and he was talking about that to get to your point of where you want to maintain. So it sounds like that's what you then did.
Yeah.
You got to a point that you were like, now I need to maintain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm looking at your muscle tone here, and it's so impressive. You guys see her leg muscles. I mean, I'm looking at this bottom picture here. There's got to be a shift from going from the weight loss to adding lean muscle. So what does that look like? What did you incorporate? And what were your workouts like? How often did you work out? Anything you can share to get that body?
CrossFit. I mean, I just go to CrossFit 2 to 3 days a week. And I've utilized the Amped product line from month 3. As soon as I was done breastfeeding, I added in, I started slow, I did hydrate, and then I was like, okay, I'll do recover, which is now the BCAA plus that you take during. And I added things, and then I did the pre-workout, the power. I was a power girl for a while, but over time, I realized how amazing nitro is, like phenomenal. So I had to get my mindset around the fact that what I fueled my body with before, during, and after I was working out was just as important, if not more important, than the actual workout. So every single time I work out, my muscles are rebuilding as I'm working out. And I built those because of fuel I was putting into my body. The AMP product line is phenomenal, and I will not work out without it. And I don't kill myself. Like, I go to the gym 2 to 3 days a week, exactly what I was doing 2.5 years ago when I started this.
Yeah, it's incredible. That is incredible. I mean, it just goes to show you when you really use the system like 100%, how the results that happen. So tell us about the IsaBody. Like, how did joining the challenge help you? How did being part of that community? And then, of course, you had an honorable mention and you were a finalist 2 different years. So if you could just share with everybody about that and how important it was for you to join.
Right. So my coach didn't tell me I had a choice. I thought, I'm doing isogenics. And he goes, all right, load your before pictures here. And I was like, okay. So I did it. And then lo and behold, I got like a $200 coupon at the end of it. And I was like, what? I can get like a free month of food like every 4 months? Cool. Like, that's $600 in free food. So really, I just did it for the free products and the really cool t-shirts that we got. And then as my transformation happened in 2018, so it was almost, I want to say it was about a year into my journey, they selected me as an honorable mention. I won $1,000 and I was like, this is kind of cool. And at that point, I'd never been to an event of any kind. And my coach was like, he had been begging me, like, go to this event, go to this event. He would send me all this stuff during the event. And I'm like, you are crazy. Like, I don't want to go to these events. What are you talking about? So when I became an honorable mention, it inspired me to go to an event because I got a free one. And I was like, free ticket, I might as well. And when I had already witnessed the community with the online, with the IsaBody challenge, which is totally phenomenal. But when you step foot in a room full of 20,000 people who are happy and healthy and doing the best to live their best, healthiest life, just like you're just like, yes, give me more. And it's like the most phenomenal thing. So I never in my wildest, like I hadn't even thought about being a finalist, but when I sat in those seats and I saw what was possible and I heard those stories, I was like, I'm going to be on that stage. So I wrote that down in my journal, and my next event was New Year's kickoff, and I was on that stage as a finalist.
Well, congratulations, because man, you deserve it. I'm just so in awe by your transformation, but it really does go to show people that if they really truly work the system, they can have results like this. And it's always good, better, best. You obviously were very disciplined. You kept your why right in the forefront of your mind all the time. You know, you didn't stray. You did the 2 shakes, and you implemented the cleansing. You did the deep cleansing. I mean, you were committed. So it's always good, better, best. And I see people have great results, and maybe it's not as jaw-dropping as this, but they're still that balance, and they want to, maybe have their weekends off or whatever. But it's good to see, like, because people will see your transformation and be like, oh no, that can't be possible. But when you hear how committed you were to the system and the system works, that's what you're going to get. You look absolutely incredible. So before we open it up for any questions, I wanted to ask you, like, what would you tell somebody who might be listening in who's interested in giving this a try, but they're just feeling maybe some self-doubt about themselves being able to do it, or they're skeptical? I mean, I'm sure after seeing the results, people won't be too skeptical, but what would you say to people who are still not sure that they could do it? What advice would you give somebody who's on the fence?
I get it. That's exactly where I was. I had failed so many diets and tried so hard to be healthy. I hated being healthy. I almost didn't do this because I was like, it's too hard. I can't be healthy. But you never know until you try. And the one thing that I realized is I am worth feeling amazing. And a lie that so many people tell them, especially moms, is it's all about the kids. This is just the way you're going to be for the rest of your life because you gave birth to kids. It's worth it because your kids are worth it, but so are you. And you deserve to look in the mirror and know that person, because there's nothing harder than not knowing who's looking back at you in the mirror. And that's where I was at. And I didn't have to stay there. And I wasn't perfect. Trust me. I mean, I stuck to the system and I wasn't perfect, but I made good choices every single day. And those little choices turn out, I mean, this is what happens if you make good choices every day, because the more good choices you make, the easier it is to make more of them. And it's not hard. It is just as easy to keep these good habits it's easier to keep these good habits than it was to keep those bad habits. Those bad habits were hard. They were hard. Every day was a struggle. And now it's not. Like, I wake up with energy and life is good. And my kids have a mom who's here and present. And I can cook for them and clean and take care of them and play with them without just being exhausted and spent. And there's no better feeling in the world than that. And results don't lie. So if I can do this, you can do it. And it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you have nothing to lose except for weight and inches.
That's what I always say. Why not give it a shot, right?
Yeah.
Try the first 30 days. I loved everything that you said. I think it's just so inspiring and important for people to hear. Does anybody that's on the call have a specific question for Lydia about what she did? Anything in particular you want to ask her for her journey? You can put it in the chat or you can unmute yourself. Is that somebody?
Is there a chat? Oh,
somebody was trying to talk.
I'm so here. Thank you.
Yeah, everybody's just commenting. I don't know if I don't see anybody with questions.
Right.
So what is your goals from now? Like, what is your goal now?
Oh, my goal, of course, is to maintain my health and to continue making good, healthy choices every day. But I want to inspire the masses. I want to help as many people as possible realize their full potential and unlock that and transform their lives.
So in the beginning, you were really focused on getting yourself results. You weren't looking at sharing, correct?
Correct. Yeah. It took me 3 months. My coach, I think I sent a dozen people to my coach before I was like, wait, I can help my friends and family. What am I doing? Like, this is something that I'm passionate about. Like, I want to help people. So when I was able to shift the focus off of myself a little bit, it was a lot easier. So.
Well, that is awesome. I love your story. These pictures, like you said, pictures don't lie. I love that you were already doing the CrossFit for 3 years and working so hard, but that this nutrition really proves that it was the missing link for you. And it can be for so many. So I'm just so appreciative that you took time to share with us tonight. I think this is so great for us to share to other people so they can see your results and how you did it and what it really takes. And so thank you so much. And just inspiring. I mean, you are incredible. I love your energy. You can see how passionate you are even through the webinar screen. And just but what's cool is, like, even your before pictures, you see that you have a really great sense of humor and you're happy. So it's just so nice to see that the exterior started to match what you really wanted inside. So I'm so proud of you. And thank you again for sharing with us tonight.
You are so welcome.
That is just thanking you.